So I was recently rereading Wano and going through what people thought of Wano, and I saw a lot of contention about apart from people not liking Gear 5. I remember when that happened when 1044, 1045 dropped. I also remember the fight, that middle bit of Wano after Zoro, Kid, Killer, and Law left the roof, and after a bit of Luffy versus Kaido, but people were like not fucking with One Piece. I can remember this was the point I took a step back from the community, and I was just like reading One Piece weekly. And I remember from like 1020, so I can't remember what chapter, but I know before the Sanji and Zoro fights happened, I remember I took like a month break and just read like 3 chapters back to back, just so I didn't have to slog through weekly One Piece. And that got me thinking. The main thing that happening in that period was the fight of the other Straw Hats, and I think Chopper's ice oni thing, but that's besides the point. And I was there thinking that may be post time skip One Piece's biggest failing, which is given the Straw Hats apart from Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, big fights and big moments. I know Robin has gotten recently with Saul her backstory being a bit more fleshed out of what happened post O'Hara, pre Alabasta. We got to see more of that. What else have we gotten? Sanji in what's called Whole Cake. We didn't get much. Zoro's backstory was given in what's it called? An SBS. We got that. But apart from that, now we got Zeus. Jinbei joined the crew. Brooke, he got his moments against Big Mom and Whole Cake. Frankie has just been a calm guy. He's been a calm guy most of post time skip. Chopper and Usopp. Oh my god, I'll talk about them in a bit. But it got me thinking. So I think I did go and I did peruse silently and quietly over the last week and a bit over everything that's happened in One Piece post time skip. Actually, no, since about the beginning of the year, post time skip. I've read post time skip One Piece, and I was looking at how we could have gotten things from the other Straw Hats that would have made at least myself enjoy their impact more. Mind you, in this video, I will not discuss anything to do with Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and to a big extent, Jinbei. Those four will not be mentioned. Robin will mention the least apart from that. But anyway, post time skip, we start Fishman Island. Fishman Island, they got some fights. Fishman Island is not actually a bad arc in retrospect, reading it back. I know the anime is doing a Fishman Island reanimation, but after One Piece fan letter, I just didn't care to watch that. So we wait for April when the Egghead anime continues. So Power Fishman Island, Punk Hazard. So in Punk Hazard, I kind of didn't mind nothing happened because it's a good intro, and unlike most people, I like Punk Hazard. I fucked with Caesar. Gangster Gastino. I fucked with him heavy. But we keep looking forward. Dressrosa. To me, this is where the problems begin. And before we go into Dressrosa, hockey. Post time skip has been the hockey era. I'm not like people who go back and say, why didn't Whitebait use hockey marine for this that. That doesn't really bother me. I want to go into pre time skip hockey. However, hockey post time skip, I'm genuinely mad. Oh, they just didn't give them hockey. They give the rest of the Straw Hats hockey. He gave the big three ants Jinbei hockey. I wish he gave the others hockey because in Punk Hazard, Law asked who can handle hockey when fighting Caesar. I wish more people in the Straw Hats could use hockey. Because how I see it is, in terms of who should know hockey, Robin should definitely know hockey because the Rev know hockey. Koala knows hockey, I believe. Brooke is kind of an interesting case because he can still technically hurt Logias. So I wish somehow when he awakened his whole separating his body and his soul through his devil fruit, he also kind of learned observation. You know, I was just say Robin should have ornaments, Brooke should have observation. Frankie is a weird one because during the time skip, Frankie was Frankie was kind of doing his own thing, just researching and building his own body. So maybe if Vegapunk wrote somewhere in his notes in his old lab in his hometown about like willpower, like strong hockey, and Frankie just figured out something. You know, Frankie's a weird asterisk, so I'm not sure. I would say he's more on the ornament hockey side, cause like of his like strong right and all his punches. Usopp has observation, but we've only seen him use it twice. When he used it against what's her name, Sugar, and when he used it going into Onigashima, when he sensed those God pirates and the Beast pirates. That's all Usopp used it for. Nami, I believe, with her ability, with Nami since East Blue, knowing about how like she can like feel the weather and sense it, you know, she should have observation. Like Oden could just say, yeah, through her hard training with her Weatheria, all that, and like her ability to sense the weather, she just naturally awakened it. Just make her be able to do that. Chopper. Chopper, I feel as if Chopper, with the ancient understanding from that tribe he was with, he should be able to, I would say, give Chopper observation as a doctor. That's how I put it, you know. But problem is only Usopp has haki out of all of them, and Usopp's haki isn't really fleshed out properly. And against Usopp at the end, Usopp and Chopper, I'll talk about them at the end because they to me have been the most disappointing part of post time skip. About things, sometimes you know Dressrosa was kind of dragged out here and there. Wano was dragged out here and there, which we got more from the other Straw Hats in Whole Cake Island. All this, but Usopp and Chopper post time skip, my god, I have not enjoyed a lot of them. I have not enjoyed it. So I was looking at the arcs we went through, and I was there thinking, one of the main things I felt like had been kind of weak is the bounty pushes. Like I know they got small bounty, I think it was like flat 50 mil for everybody apart from like the big members. Post Dressrosa, there was no bounty change post Whole Cake apart from for Luffy, and there was no what's called bounty change. No, that was a bounty change. There's a 300 mil flat increase for most in post Wano. So I went back to Dressrosa and looking at the Doflamingo families. We had Luffy fought Luffy, Zoro fought Pika, Sanji, Nami, Brooke, and Chopper were not there. So I believe Usopp fighting Sugar, I feel it should have been a bigger fight. And I would say I would take away the chapters we gave up to Bellamy. I would take away the Bellamy chapters. I would take away a few of the scenes here and there of them pushing back the birdcage. I'll take away the birdcage completely if I could, but it's there. I'll take a few of those scenes. I'll take away a bunch of different shots of just the town in. I'm talking about the manga, not the anime. So sort of like the Dressrosa. And just give Usopp a good chapter. A good chapter of him fighting Sugar, and it's known. And the God Usopp thing, it's not about just like what Luffy said about him freeing the prisoners, the toy prisoners, but also he beat one of Treble's officers, one of the main, like, one of the Doflamingo family officers. I mean, she's on the Treble family. I'm looking at the wiki right now. Robin. Now, Giola was taken care of. Robin took a back seat as she was with I think it's Kyrios and Rebecca in that fight against Diamante. So I can't really have her take that. Robin is a weird case where I don't know who she could have found. However, looking over here, I feel as if Dellinger, I know there was some interactions with Dellinger. I read the arc a week and a bit ago, but I already forgot what Dellinger did. But I wish Robin fought him, and like that could have kind of explained why she got more than 30 mil increase posts. Because her bounty was 80 mil post Annie's lobby, and then she got up to 120, 130 mil post Dressrosa. So her fighting Dellinger plus a 30 mil flat increase would explain that for me. Frankie and Senor Pink. I wish Frankie got more than 100 mil bounty with the fight to Senor Pink, and I wish to be able to see him show off ornament hockey. If he's able to show this off, because in Usopp's fight with Sugar, Usopp showed off observation, so he can still show that off. He could still shoot the thing from across Dressrosa, get what's it called, get her pass, make her pass out, and then with the help of the Tontatas fly across and go have an actual fight when she wakes up and have a fight with her. Robin and Dellinger. Robin could use some observation against with his foot thing. I don't know if he had an ornament. I'll put it up on screen if there was any scene with him, or on the wiki say he has ornament hockey. By which him and Robin crashed with ornament hockey, and we got some clues to Demonio. We didn't see Demonio, but some clues to Demonio over here. Apart from that, Dressrosa, I have not that many comps as many people. We moved to Whole Cake Island where Luffy fought Cracker and Katakuri. Sanji was doing the Big Mom cake thing, so we can let Sanji pass. Brook, now, I wish Brook fought Daifuku, because Daifuku had that thing in his belly, that genie thing, and I wish Brook fought Daifuku, had a good fight, and then Brook's bounty went up, because Brook's bounty was 80 something mil? I'll put it up on screen. Brook's bounty post Dressrosa. I wish to have pulled him up to the 90 mils. Oh no, even in the 100, the low 100 mils, around 105 mil. After fighting Daifuku, because I put Daifuku's bounty up as well. Fighting Daifuku, his bounty should have gone up. Oven was misused because he boiled the water, nothing happened. I say genuinely, Chopper should have fought Oven. Now I know what people might think. Daifuku and Oven are Katakuri's brothers. Why are the Straw Hats fighting them? And it's simply because, looking over here at the wiki, the only other member of the Big Mom Pirates who I would say Chopper or Brook could fight is Motlo. Motlo is the only other relevant-ish one that I would say they would fight. But I would say if Brook fought Daifuku, if Brook fought Oven, and they both gained, I would take away their bounty increases post the Dressrosa because they weren't there, and then I would have them fight these people and then get that bounty increase there, and I'll give Chopper a serious-ish bounty. He'll still be a pet, but give him a 1 mil berry bounty, give him or maybe 100k, give him a 100k berry bounty. Nami is an interesting one because I can't say Nami fights smoothly, no, unless when the whole Big Mom thing was happening, Nami had Zeus, then fine, maybe Nami could fight smoothly. But I would more or less say she could fight her Big Mom's first daughter, Compo. I'll put up on screen. Compo. I know it's a snack, so there's that. I would have Nami fight her, and then Nami can gain a bounty, and she can show up her observation with all that fighting her. I don't know her powers. I don't really care about powers, but Nami could do something. And how I would make space for all these fights is simple. Take away the amount of time we lost following Big Mom. Sanji baking the cake, I don't need to see him bake the cake. I just need to know Sanji's working on the cake. Big Mom is going towards the cake. Big Mom is resting. You can have small scenes here and there at the beginning of the chapter. You can have that. That's how I would handle those three in Whole Cake Island. Wano. This to me is the big one. How would I handle this? First of all, before anything, Chopper's whole Ice Oni plot line gone. I see it can be something for half a chapter. Marco shows up, Marco does his Phoenix Flames, heals everyone. We're done with the Ice Oni. We gain nothing from the Ice Oni thing. Now, going over, obviously Luffy for Kaido, Zoro fought King, Queen was fought by Sanji, Jack was handled by the Sulongs, the Nekomamushi and Inurashi, so I'll give them that. Sasaki fought Frankie. I was happy with that fight. Wish Frankie had observation. Black Mirror and Robin. The Demonio people do kind of think it has some ties to Robin having ornament. So I'll just make it clear. She used ornament hockey here. That's how it happened. Who's who fought Jinbei? Another good. Fine. That I'll take. Ulti. Now Ulti page 1 did have some fights against Nami and Usopp, but I genuinely wish over here at least Big Mom wasn't inserted. I wish we were able to see Usopp and Nami's observation hockeys improve, not to the point where they have future sight, but improve to the point where there are, because those are the smart straw hats, like they're part of the weakling trio, but they are the smart straw hats. Like they are smart and they're able to think their way through things. All that fact. Think about Nami against Miss Doublefinger in Alabasta. So Usopp against Mr. Four and Miss Monday, I think. Miss something in Alabasta. Those were fights where they both really thought things through. In this fight, their observation hockeys could grow, and I would put it as, since we've taken away all those panels, which I would say amount like 2 big chapters of the Chopper Ice Oni thing, and then I would also take away a bit of the beginning of like the Onigashima fights. Like I'll still have the samurai moment, but I don't have the moments of like watching Kid, Luffy, and Zoro fight basic grunts. I'll take that away. Like they can have like they can squash one, the poo moment, we move. That's it. I wouldn't Luffy going up the stairs, I wouldn't take as many breaks. That's how it makes space in the chapters for this. But Uchi, page 1, fighting Nami and Usopp, you could see the combination attacks for them. They could switch opponents here and there, think things through. With Zeus, all this, all that, we could see this, you know. And another power up I would give Nami, straight up, I'd have Zeus eat a bit of the other cloud Big Mom made before Big Mom died. Or like, it's like, actually no, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't make sense. My bad. But let's have Usopp and Nami's observation hockey improve during this fight. And so at the end, when their bounties go up, I feel like it didn't go up because it's like a flash than Emperor's crew. It's like, yeah, they took down high-ranking members of the Beast Pirates. Chopper is a weird one because with the 5 Toby Ropes handled, the Oysters are handled. So it's either he's fighting a, what's it called? A headliner. Then look at the headliners, they were all kind of handled by Thomas' whole ability. Apart from Hawkins has his own thing with Drake. So how I would handle Chopper is simple. A lot of people were not happy with the numbers and how they were done. I would have Chopper genuinely fight all the numbers. Let Chopper go monster point and let it be known, oh yeah, the Straw Hat Pirate's pet who has a 10k, 100k berry, fuck it, he can even have the 100 berry bounty post whole cake. After all that, he is a monster and he did fight all of Kaido's monsters and won. Because look at the numbers, they didn't really do much. They were just big, scary and all this. If Chopper fought the numbers and beat... Actually, I'd have Chopper beat them all. I'd have, let's say, Chopper, he eats a couple more Rumble Balls and his observation, he knows his observation hockey to like see their movement, so he's able to dodge and like piece them up, you know, low-key, like use like Kung Fu point, almost Kung Fu point, not very much Kung Fu point, piece them up here and there. Horn point, we could get to see more than Kung Fu point from Chopper. Horn point, brain point, guard point, we could see way more from Chopper. And that could like, Chopper's bounty could just be like the lowest in the Straw Hat, like 200 mil. 200 mil. I think what? That would be the only Straw Hat ever to be the 200 mils. Yeah, he will be the only Straw Hat ever to be in the 200 million berry bounties mark. That's how I would handle it. And to me, that would make Chopper post time skip be more than a mascot. Usopp versus Page One. It gave me something to do more than Usopp because unlike most, Usopp's performance post time skip, I've been so underwhelmed. I don't believe it's Elbaf will be an Usopp arc. I feel like Usopp will gain something, but I don't think it's gonna be an Usopp arc. Hopefully, I'm wrong about Elbaf for only just beginning, but I hope that's how I would put post time skip. I would just give the other Straw Hats more fights. I would take away the pointless. I know the world building is good, but the pointless background things we don't care about. The community is like, I know people enjoy it, but for me, I'm like, give us some moments where like we get to see the Straw Hats improve their skills. This, that. Once we get that, I would say I'd be happy. But anyway, thanks for listening to the Yap. I'll catch you all tomorrow or Friday. I think 11:36 is dropping. Anyway, peace.